What up, YouTube? R to the double E dash ZON coming at you once again. This is part 2 of my Mortal Kombat 11 on that Switch review. Alright, so last time I left you guys, we were talking about the story mode, how it is a huge grind fest. Two ways to feel about this. Number one, and I feel both ways. I know that sounds like I'm riding the fence, but it is what it is. Two ways. Number one, it's not that big of a deal. And again, this is not just on the Switch. This is Mortal Kombat 11 as a whole across all platforms. It's crazy grindfest. I don't mind it all that much because I know I'm gonna be playing this game for the foreseeable future. Like, hey, everything in my Switch, everything. Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, NBA 2K, even Stardew Valley, which I spent so much time. All that shit got pushed to the back burner. I ain't even looking at none of that. I almost got on my son this past weekend. He's like, oh, I see him taking Mortal Kombat 11 out the Switch, and I'm like, how fucking dare you, boy? Are you taking Mortal Kombat 11 out of my Switch to put in mine fucking craft? See, well, Dad, I'm putting it in the case. Don't worry, like, you better put that shit in the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is taking a back seat. Mortal Kombat 11 is all I'm playing right now, man. But so I know I'm gonna be playing this forever, and I know I'm gonna unlock everything I want. But how long it takes, that is an issue. That is an issue because it's the same old, give and take with these third-party companies. And I say third-party companies because Nintendo really doesn't do this. It's really the third-party companies. They make a game, they release it, and then, yeah, you can unlock everything in the game by playing, but you're going to be playing for the rest of your life, or you can give us some money, and we'll give you everything. And it's like, no, motherfucker, I'm not giving you more. I paid $60 for this bitch. That's all you're getting from me. You know, the DLC characters, I'll see which ones I like, and I'll buy those. So there's both sides of the fence on that. So, and they said they were going to patch it. They were going to make the towers more tolerable, which I'll talk about that now. You got your traditional towers mode, your classic towers, which is your basic, ladder system, MK arcade experience, where you fight through the tower, opponent after opponent after opponent, get to the top, fight the boss, which in this case is Kronika. I will talk about her also. She's fucking badass. I love her. And then, you get the character-specific ending, which may or may not be canon. You know how Mortal Kombat goes. But then you have this thing called Towers of Time. Now that is where you will have these crazy fucking circumstances. Like, depending on the Tower of Time that you're in, you'll be fighting a set number of opponents, and every single one of them will have some crazy fucking modifier that, I swear, I shit you not, last night I was losing my shit fighting Shao Kahn as the boss of one of these towers, and the fucking fight had a modifier where the fucking lights turn off. So every fucking 3 or 4 seconds, the fucking lights turn off, the screen goes black, and you don't know where the fuck you're at, but the computer knows exactly where the fuck you're at, and it's fucking you up the entire time. Shit like that I can do without. When you're in that type of experience, the classic, not classic, Tower of Time, you also have the ability to add modifiers to your character to try to counteract these things. So it's a cool mechanic, but it's like, yo, that's not really Mortal Kombat, dude. But I appreciate the attempt of making something new. It is frustrating though, man. I was like, man, one of them I couldn't beat it. I was fighting Noob Saibot, and it was on a ship. The stage was a ship, and the ship would be tilting like this, which it doesn't do during the actual normal gameplay. And there was bubbles floating throughout the screen, and anytime the bubble hit your character, you'd slip and fall, and he'd fuck you up. So I was like, okay, fuck it. I was playing a Sub-Zero, and I had a modifier where I can call Cyrax to come help my ass every time. So every time I saw them bubbles creeping up on me, and he was about to come fuck me up, I was like, yo, Noob, check this out. Cyrax, get his ass. And so you gotta mix in these modifiers. So it's cool, it's different, but it's like, nah, it's not really Mortal Kombat. Dude. Mortal Kombat's that one-on-one blood fest, So, but in those Towers of Time, that's where you will unlock a lot of shit. It's the Crypt and it's Towers of Time. That's where you will unlock gear, skins, currency, all different kinds of currency, augments. You can do augmentations to your gear. Like, let's say I make a variation of Sub-Zero where I change his, or Liu Kang, I change his arm guards to different arm guards, I can literally add an augmentation to those arm guards to make them more stronger. Maybe they penetrate defense harder, or maybe they defend better, or maybe, you know, whatever. There's a power link to them. So there you go, leveling up your characters and all that. That's cool. Really, I just want to unlock the gear because I just want to make different variations of my characters just cosmetically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm having a blast. The variation mode is real cool. When you unlock different pieces of gear and different, like, really, the way to do it is unlock skins and pieces of gear for the character that you like. So, for example, I'm Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero's my dude. So once I unlock different face masks for Sub-Zero and different, he has these weapons on his hip. They're like daggers or kunai or whatever. There's one that looks like a batarang and shit. You can put a brand new skin on him, and then you can add. Okay, I don't want him to have the kunai. I want him to have the sword or whatever. You know, you could just mix and match. You can make some real cool looking variations of your favorite characters. This is awesome, and it's also limited. It's limited because when I heard about this variation mode, what I was thinking was like, oh my god, they're going to give us the chance, which I guarantee you they're going to do an MK12. They're going to do this in MK12. Book it, you heard it here first. I thought we were going to be able to go in and just like, okay, boom, there's this skin of Sub-Zero. Okay, now I want to change that blue. Now I want to have that silver. You can just change the colors. Boom. Just have an infinite palette of colors and just be like, I want to boom, 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 and just really like cosmetically make over your character. It's not that deep. Here, it will be an MK12, I'm telling you. But here you can actually fucking like, you know, I'll get the, I unlocked a skin for Sub-Zero. It was called, Royal something. And it was Rain. It was purple and black. It was Rain's armor. But it was made into like a Sub-Zero like set. And you put it on him and it's all purple and black and all that. But it's still Sub-Zero. And then, so you can do some crazy shit. It's really cool, man. Really cool. But it's, like I said, it's a grind fest to unlock these parts. You don't know unless you go and Google it. And, you know, try to cheat and look up what chest has what. You'll never know where to find these things. And even if you do know where to find them, you might not have enough currency to go get them. And even the towers of time. Sometimes I'm at a like Sub-Zero storyline, for example. I went into his tower, which is called the Lin Kuei Redeemer. And you do the first tower, cool, boom. You do the second tower, cool, boom. You get through it. You go to the third one, and it's like, yeah, the requirements to get to this one is you have to beat the previous tower. I'm like, okay, I did that. I said, yeah, but you got to do 500 uppercuts with Sub-Zero. So now I gotta go to fucking classic mode or whatever and just uppercut. So it becomes kind of grindy, boring, fuckfest that way. You know, that I'll admit. I don't like that. They gotta nerf that. They gotta go in there, patch it, which I said they would do, and bring those numbers down. It requires way too much and gives you too little to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes a chest in the crypt will require a certain number of hearts, like actual boom, 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 hearts. How do you get hearts? You get hearts by performing fatalities or brutalities. Well, here's the problem. One of those chests alone costs 250 hearts. That's the lowest I ever saw. 250 hearts to open. You get one fucking heart per fatality. 2 hearts per brutality. You will be playing forever just to unlock that chest. So they gotta fix that, dog. Give me 5, maybe 10 hearts per fatality. You know, like up it a little bit, because it's like, nigga, convince us that you're not trying to rob us blind. Because what you really want us to do is get so bored of doing that we go and pay you money to get a certain number of hearts. I ain't gonna do that. So that's one of the negatives. But yeah, man, like, you know, classic towers of time. The crypt, like I mentioned, is awesome. You have online, supposedly, from what I've been hearing, I have been scared to check it out because y'all know me, I'm dead honest. I love Nintendo, but Nintendo's online sucks. If it ain't a first-party tower like Mario Kart or Splatoon, the online sucks. Doom is pretty cool, but it's getting harder and harder to find a match. Supposedly, the netcode for Mortal Kombat 11 Switch is crispy smooth. So I'm going to try that later on tonight, and maybe I'll make a video about it and talk about what my experience was. So, but I haven't tried it yet. But supposedly, everybody's having a blast with it, and supposedly it's smooth. So we'll see. But what else, man? Yeah, man, I mean, as far as story mode, the classic towers of time, the crypt, the variation system, you know, how you can just put different skins on your character of choice and then augment the different pieces, make them more powerful, you know, mix and match, man. Like, there's a fucking face mask for Sub-Zero that I'm dying to unlock, and I know because it's the one that I want, it's the one that's going to cause me the most grief to find. But it's a fucking face mask, and it's just complete ice. It's just fucking like, it's his most badass, like, Lin Kuei face mask, but it's all melted ice around his face. That shit is bad. You know, like, shit like that, man. But I don't want to make it sound like it is a grind fest, but I don't want to make it sound like it's impossible, because I've unlocked a shitload of stuff for various characters. It's just that, when you zero in on one you want, it's like, all right, where the fuck do I go to find that? So there's that. I mean, at the end of the day, Switch version, is it worth it? Listen, I'll be honest with you. If you have multiple consoles, and everybody has said this, but it's the truth. If you have multiple consoles, if you have a PS4 and a Switch, or an Xbox One and a Switch, or a PC and a Switch, what is most important to you? Is it most important to you to get that ultra graphical, impactful, masterful, beautiful, eye-bleeding game? If so, then you don't want the Switch. You want the PC, or you want the PS4, you want the Xbox One. But if you have all those consoles, if you only have a Switch, then go out and get it now. It's fucking worth it. But if you have multiple consoles like me, I have a PS4 and I have a Switch. The reason I went with the Switch version is because the portability to me doesn't matter. I mean, I'm sorry, and I'm not making fun or poking at you PS4 or Xbox or PC players, but y'all can't just pop up, open MK fucking 11 anywhere you're at whenever you want. I can. So that's, like, I literally can be like, you know what? I almost dropped that shit. I literally can be like, you know what? I got some downtime here at work. I want to fuck around with Sub-Zero, learn his moveset better, or, I want to start playing with Kotal Khan or whatever. And I can do that. One negative of the Switch version, and it's inescapable. I can't even blame the Switch itself for this because of the kind of system it is. Unless you are hooked, and the kind of game this is, unless you're hooked up to Wi-Fi, unless you're on the internet, hooked up to online, you will not, every match that you play, when you're accumulating currency, because every match you play, no matter what mode you play in, you get currency. It won't save any of that unless you're hooked up to online. Now, don't quote me on this, because I'm still trying to figure it out, but I think what it does, whatever you accumulate, I think it saves it within the system memory, but you don't get access to that money until you connect online. Once you connect online, I believe it adds it all to your account. And then you can go and use all the rewards and shit that you got. But you can't escape that, dude, because the Switch is a portable console when you have it out on the go. And if you're not hooked up to a network, the game is mostly an online game as far as your accumulation of currency. So, but I thought at first that it just completely just disregards all the shit you did, and then, oh, fuck it, while you were playing it on the go without no Wi-Fi, you're fucked, you don't get nothing. I don't think that's the way it is. I'm pretty sure what it does, y'all can go look it up, I'm going to look it up myself and find out for sure, but I think what it does is that it holds all that. You won't really see it being added while you're playing offline. But the next time you hook up to your network, when you get home or when you get to a relative's house or whatever, and you hook up to their Wi-Fi, I think it adds all that shit that it's been saving that you gathered while you were playing offline to your account. So it is what it is. And also, since, like the crypt, for example, is online. You cannot play that offline. So if you try to go to the crypt when you're playing in handheld and you're not hooked up to Wi-Fi, it won't allow you in. Towers of Time, it will not allow you in. You can do classic towers, you can do local, one-on-one, you can do the story mode, whatever, but offline you can't do those other modes. So that's kind of a negative, but that's not really the Switch's fault per se. That's the type of game it is, and you need that functionality to do that. But all in all, man, I mean, it is a fucking phenomenal game. This is the best Mortal Kombat by far. I know I say that every time a new Mortal Kombat comes out, but they are progressing every time they get better. So this is awesome, dude. I mean, if there's something I left out that you guys want to know about, ask me about, mention in the comments below. But Sub-Zero's still that dude. Sub-Zero's a bad motherfucker in this game, dude. And I love the voice acting for all characters. I know they changed Scorpion's voice actor. Some people are pissed about it. I think he's even better. No disrespect to the old one. He was awesome. He was classic. But the one that they have now, he's darker, dude. He's more raw, fucking hellish. I love it. Sub-Zero's voice actor just sounds badass. Every time Sub-Zero opens his mouth and says something, you're just like, this nigga. He's awesome, dude. Shao Kahn, Liu Kang. Dude, the guy who voices Liu Kang, I mean, I saw his picture. He is an Asian dude, but they made him sound like he didn't sound like an Asian dude in MKX or MK9. But here he sounds like straight from China, dude. So it gives that authenticity. Kitana is fucking gorgeous. They made her straight up remember MK9 where all the women had fucking tits bigger than their body? They were just trying to go for jiggly sex appeal. Now they look more accurate. Kitana's this petite, badass fucking Asian beauty, dude. All the female characters, all the characters in general, they just look real. They look how they're supposed to be. So, all in all, MK11 is fucking phenomenal no matter what console you get it on. The Switch version is fucking a miracle of technological prowess because to get this type of game to run as smooth as it does and still look as good as it does on this hardware is fucking you deserve a fucking year's vacation. You deserve a Nobel Prize. This shit is amazing. So, if you're wondering if the Switch version is worth it, Dude, if you're all about portable play and you like to have it on the go, like I know for sure down the line sometime cheap I'm gonna get it for the PS4 just to have it and have that Ultra HD or whatever experience. But I'm so happy with this version, it's not even funny, bro. If you're wondering if it's worth it, it's fucking worth it. God bless y'all. Stay gaming. Peace.